Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are today March 12, 2017, and it is getting very hot in the country. You already know when it's hot, I barely wear any clothes on me because my body is always in accordance with its environment. So when it's hot, it gives me hotness. Anyways, so for the particular, and we also have the different hours right now over here in Haiti. So I think we might just be like 1 hour ahead of people in, the US. I think so. Anyways, so the particular topic discussion that we are going to have is how can you live a good life in a country such as Haiti, as well as why do people immigrate to countries such as the United States of America, Canada, Britain, England, etc. Now, I wanted to come and I wanted to talk about this topic because, the past videos that I recorded, I can admit that, I keep pointing out, it's like nibbling at the US and nibbling at everything that is not going right and nibbling at saying things like, oh, the government is this. Okay. So let's be fair. But at the end of the day, more than 90% of the Haitians always travel where? To the US. And it's windy. Okay, so more than 90% of the Haitians always travel to the US. More than so many people always want to travel over there. So why do we go there? And you always hear, some people feeling very offended, saying things like immigrants are always taking the jobs, immigrant this and immigrant that. So let's talk about it, all right? So why do we leave our countries and we travel so far away, sometimes by foot, sometimes by boat, sometimes by anything, leaving our home and going elsewhere. So it is to look for better opportunities, all right? A lot of time our countries, are not offering anything to us and we're looking for jobs. We're looking for ways to support ourselves. We're looking for ways to support our families. Okay, so that's why we are taking on this journey to leave, our homeland and to go so far away. I put 20 to 35 years. Question your future. What are the prospects? Where do you want to go? Effectively, I actually have a video that I will work on, which is going to be talking about 30 is definitely not 20. A lot of people want to associate 30 with 20 just because at 30 you look good. Of course, I am looking my best at this particular age. Physically, it's just more like when I look at myself now and I look at myself 10 years ago, I love it, and I know that it's always going to, it's going to be better by another year or two. It's the maturity, it's the growth. However, it's not, okay, 20 and 30s is totally, it's different things, okay? It's different things. And if you are someone who is in your 30s and you're thinking that, okay, in your 20s, you good, no, something is wrong with you. So a lot of times, when you start to be in your late 20s and you start to enter the 30s, what really starts to happen is you start to really ask yourself about the prospect of life because you're looking at the future. A lot of times you start thinking about your 50s, you start thinking about old age. So a lot of times, if we are in countries like Haiti, there's no prospect for, for when you're old. So that's why we are also taking on this journey. And that's why we feel like, okay, you know what, we just want something else. Also, this is probably the age when people have children and people are growing their children, and you start to really think about your family. You start to think about opportunities for your children. You start to think about the future. You can't be selfish. Like a single person, being a parent is the most unselfish thing. Mind you, I didn't say giving birth because so many people give birth. I said being a parent is the most unselfish. Being married is the most unselfish thing that you could do. Why? Because now it's like you have to think about somebody else, right? If you are married to someone and you're not man and woman, if you are same sex, it doesn't matter. Once you marry, you feel it's a commitment. It's a commitment for me to take care of you. It's a commitment for you to take care of me. So, you're looking at different things now. It's a different ball games. We're looking at, okay, what are the prospects? So a lot of time, if you are from a country, where the country is not really offering much, okay? So what starts happening is you're looking into something else, and it doesn't even have to be country. It could be like a different city, a different town, a different place. You're just looking to move. Try new horizon. A lot of people are nomad. I'm a nomad by heart. I've been in Port-au-Prince for a month now. I'm getting bored. I just want to be out. So I'm planning to actually take the next few weeks to be out of this city. Some people, they like to move. They always like to see different harbors and different things in front of them. So that might be something else why we immigrate to different places. Okay, the grass looking greener on the other side. Of course, we're looking at pictures. Like I was just talking to a friend of mine. I was saying, Finland is in my head. She was like, Finland? Why? I was like, because I've been seeing a lot of the clips on Facebook about Finland, saying things like, oh my God, Finland is so beautiful. And also educationally, what they are offering, to children, the way it's like everything. If you're looking into, living a good life and raising a family or whatever it is, like Finland looks like it's the greatest place to be. So a lot of time, the grass is looking greener on the other side. You can't see a way out in the homeland. Sometimes, I've talked to you about that. Sometimes you are in a particular country and you stuck there. You can't see your way out. You're looking into being a little bit more prosperous, but you can't see anything because you're just there. So for you, the next best thing to do is like, okay, we're just gonna pack, we're gonna go because this is it. Okay, I put looking to prosper in the economic, social, and personal aspect of life. Of course, as an individual, you want to grow. That's the point of life. The point of life is to grow. You want to grow economically, you want to grow in your personal life, you want to grow in your social life. So a lot of times, if you feel like, okay, it's going to be very difficult for me to attend the goals that I set for myself for my economic life, maybe I'm going to change my country and I'm going to go somewhere else and where I can prosper. If you're a new business person, maybe you feel like, what is here on the market, what I'm trying to offer is not going to take on this market, so I'm gonna move. A lot of people do it. So different career set. Okay, so I put looking for stabilities. Absolutely. For some of us, people in the Middle East right now are really having it hard with these wars. It resonate within my heart because I was born in the 80s. I grew up in Haiti, and the 90s were tough for Haiti. It's always politically very heavy with our instability. So many people that I know, so many of my ancient classmates, people who left Haiti years ago because of political instability. So a lot of time you are looking for stability. That's why you leave your particular homeland and you are going further to another country. So I say, how often do we reach our dreams? How often is it true that we are reaching our dreams in this 21st century? It's like, how often that now that you're looking at it, how often can you say things like, you know what? I'm actually very happy that I left my country, that I came to a country such as I feel like US, Canada. I put less often than wanted. That's what I feel. I feel like a lot of times it's a dream that they sell us over here. When you are part of quote unquote third world country, I still say third world country. And they telling you that the grass is greener. A lot of time it's less often than not. Okay, oftentimes we don't know where we're going. I discussed already the question of what kind of country is the United States of America. A lot of time people are going to other countries, but there's no like bridge. Like we don't know where we're going. We don't know. Like we're just in quest of either stability, or we are in quest of jobs, better life, and so many other things. But when we get to these countries, it's not the truth. It's a sell our dreams. We're realizing that, we were better off at home. We're realizing that, oh my God, like this is not it. Like, oh my God, like, it's just not it. Okay, I put we are misinformed. Yes, misinformation. Like the information that you're getting is not the information when you get there that actually is the truth. They're telling you that, oh, you're going to get the jobs, but what kind of jobs? You're realizing that you are working harder. Sometimes you sell everything that you have in your country just to make that move. And now you're looking back, you're like, oh my God, I can't even come back to my country. You're craving it. There's so many different social aspects, environmental things that you didn't know. So I put we start back at the bottom, excuse me, and at times we stay there. Yes, of course. A lot of times, so many people are leaving their countries and are going to these countries, and you are starting at the bottom because you don't know the ropes. Sometimes you don't have someone who was there. Like a lot of many people started at the bottom, 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 and many people were able to work their way up, but many people were not able to work their way out of this bottom because of so many of the problems that they faced. All right. So I said we take time to adjust and learn the ropes. Of course, if you are traveling from, a place like Haiti and you're going to either England, Canada, or Canada is a little bit different, especially if they are going to Montreal because they speak the French sometimes. But a lot of time when you're going to the US, it's kind of like, you might not know the language, you don't know where to go to do this, you're just completely at loss. This is it's a totally different countries. You have Haiti, that is a very small country that operates totally different. Then you go to the US, so a lot of time you just kind of like you very lost. You don't know how to adjust, and then you take time to learn the ropes of the country where you are. You become the puppet, the tryout of this new environment, this new society. That is the truth. That is the sellout dreams that they are selling those of us who are here, right? Because the reality is that you become really the puppet of that society because you don't know where to go about. And people have become so selfish these days. They are not really willing to teach you certain things, so you have to go out, you have to get up, excuse me, and you have to go. And countries such as the US, probably these other countries, they have their own agenda when it comes to immigrants as well. So I say we fall into the pit hole and can't get back up. Of course, rich refer to being at the bottom and sometimes not being able to see your way out and kind of like grow out of this bottom pit where you are. I think we are afraid to associate with others who could teach us a new way of doing things. Oh, excuse me. Now, of course, you understand this, right? Because I'm sorry, guys. Because the reality is that it's the same thing. If you kind of like switch it up, it's the same thing. If you are coming to a country or a place like Haiti, and you need the locals to teach you. So even if you are a stranger, you can't say that, which is ties into why many of these organizations are not being able to prosper, because you can't say that you're coming down to do a project or you're coming down to learn a particular culture, but you're not mingling out with the local people, like, or you stay in your hotels, you staying, where that's not being here, that's not integrating yourself with us, that's not mingling. It's the same thing when you leave your place and you're actually traveling to a different place. You actually have to mingle with people of that place. But what you usually find is you find immigrants, they just stick around with themselves. You'll have the Haitians stick around with the Haitians, and sometimes we might stick around with, excuse me, we might stick around with, I don't know, the Jamaicans, like Caribbean people sticking together. And it's not good. It's not always good. Not to say that, we shouldn't stick together, but you are here in this particular country to actually reach your height. You are in the particular country to actually, make sure that you are gaining what you came to do. So if you are not talking to I don't know, Canadian Americans, people from England, if you're not talking to these people who can really put you where you need to be, then I don't know, guys, like, what do you say? I'm sorry, I don't know what's my problem. I was in a good mood. I feel like I'm hungry. That's the problem. I only had a mango smoothie, so I'm getting hungry. I apologize. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for this particular topic. Let's just go back to the next one that I'm going to talk about, because it's going to be pretty lengthy. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, guys, thank you, and I will see you very, very soon in the next topic. Bye.